to the debut episode of our show.
Wrestling Unfiltered.
Yep.
My name is Ian. This is my friend Sean.
Yep.
And
we're not saying our last name because we don't want letters.
There's not any hate letters.
Please, no. Because the reason why we say that, because let's see, Wrestling Unfiltered. What is us? What does unfiltered mean to us? What does unfiltered mean to us?
This is going to be straight shooting. You know, we're not going to call anything to be nice. We're just going to shoot and see how we do. And
yeah,
there's nothing going to be, there's no bullshit.
Nope.
So.
Yeah. Yes, and we're cursing. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see how far this gets on YouTube.
Yeah. So take that. Yeah. Sorry.
Now, talking about wrestling right now, we're just going to one of the things we want to talk about. I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Is Nexus. Not so much what the new season.
Yeah.
Though I am happy that Caval, low key, Senshi, whatever you want to call him, is actually getting some really good time.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the fact that he is a smaller guy,
but he's fast.
His
feet. Oh my God.
And not just his feet. I mean, the guy is smaller, which for me, a guy who's 5'11.5", means a bit more because I can't for myself. I can't relate to some guy who's 7 foot something. I'm sorry.
Like Eli Cottonwood.
Yeah.
That guy. And people were wondering what. We're saying Nexus. What does Nexus mean? Well, if you have been keeping up, and shame on you, Nexus is basically the group that was formed via Season 1 of NXT, which is led by the winner, Wade Barrett, who I believe is one of the best new talkers in the business. He can't talk.
He can talk. He's really good. He, it kind of reminds me a little bit of a very young William Regal, Lord Steven Regal.
Yeah.
I'm not calling him Lord Steven from here on out because that's how I knew him.
Well, Wade Barrett is British.
Very much so.
He's a tough man.
Former bare knuckle boxer, and
that's saying something.
That's something. Now, another thing that I really love is that all these guys have the potential to be great. David Otunga, not a great mat wrestler right now, not a great technical wrestler, but again, like Barrett, he has an ability to talk.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. We're talking about Nexus. Let's run down the members of Nexus. We talk about Wade Barrett, former bare knuckle fighter, the leader of Nexus.
David Otunga.
David Otunga. I mean,
some of you may know he's engaged to
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson.
People think that's the only reason he's in the WWE or has fame. Personally, I agree. I don't have high hopes for him. He's a jackass. And Otunga, if you see this, sorry. We're being honest here. That's what unfiltered means. Honest, no bullshit. Otunga, your skills are minimal. Darren Young, he calls himself the Black John Cena. That's saying something.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. With that hair, I don't know.
Well, and he did let his hair go down, though.
Thank God.
Because he had the Marge Simpson look going. It was.
I thought it was the Bride of Frankenstein.
Bride of Frankenstein.
He was going with that.
Paul Phoenix, pull that one out.
Tekken. Oh my God.
Tekken.
You gotta do that one.
He had seriously.
It's like Bart Simpson higher than Bart Simpson's.
Or Wayne Static if you're a Static X fan.
There we go. Justin Gabriel. Great high flyer.
High flyer from South Africa. Could be a great high flyer, but right now I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him work.
Well, because the thing, we haven't seen Nexus except maybe Wade Barrett in action.
Wade Barrett's, I'm not going to say that's something to lift up a guy like Mark Henry, who's not a small guy.
He strained and didn't go off as much, but still he got him up on his shoulders.
Yes.
Barrett's maybe what, 270 at least?
270. He's 6'5".
270.
Tall guy.
Let's talk about Heath Slater.
Heath Slater, one-man rock band.
Yeah. His pro was Christian.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Skip Sheffield.
Skip Sheffield. This is a guy he's if you're looking for him, he's the big beefy guy with the bald head.
And
he's getting the roll Larry.
Corn-fed meathead.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He reminds me a little. Thing is about Skip Sheffield. I see him as kind of like another guy who could be like JBL or who could be like Stan Hansen. He could go either way. I mean, it's possible. His lariat is nasty. It's nasty.
Yeah, and just for you want to go retro, if you see Skip Sheffield, pop in $1 Million Tough Enough. He's Ryan Reeves. Oh,
yeah.
Damn, I'm good.
Ryan Reeves. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Ryan Reeves.
Yeah.
Took him a while. Yeah, he was a contestant on the $1 Million Tough Enough, which was where Miz was, and look at Miz now.
Yeah, Miz, and that's
Mr. Money in the Bank.
Mr. Money in the Bank and
U.S. champion,
and
2-time.
2-time.
And
he's
how
close?
Close?
He's also a former tag team, not just a tag team champion, a unified
2-time unified tag team champion. Wait,
one time.
I can't count.
But you're thinking Show, who's 2-time.
Show was 2-time. My fault. Sorry. Yeah, he had two reigns with John Morrison. That was a great tag team right there.
That was a fantastic tag team.
Morrison and Miz, and him and Show. I didn't know about that. I mean,
I thought they had a chance, but Miz with his
mouth.
He's
got a mouth. But he does he's been backing it up.
He's been backing it up, and
yeah.
Now another thing about Nexus, I'm loving how they're dominating everyone.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Cena has. I've never seen John Cena this low.
Who?
This low.
That's saying something.
Another thing that I'm really liking about it is that it's like a faction. Everybody's in there for each other, and it doesn't matter. I mean, they've tagged Edge, they've tagged Jericho, Cena. Cena's been their punching bag for a while.
Bret Hart,
John Morrison. Truth,
Steamboat,
and we don't know
Jerry Lawler.
For anybody out there, if Ricky even has a chance to see this, Ricky, wish you to come back. We wish you to be healthy. Love you.
Yeah, if people don't know, Steamboat, the whole thing on Raw, he was attacked. That was an angle, but
he is hurt.
He is legitimately in the hospital. He had an aneurysm, I think.
Yeah,
and he's still in the hospital. I said, Steamboat, he's my idol. One of my top idols, to be a fan of pro wrestling. His match with Ric Flair.
The 389 were some of the greatest matches I've ever seen.
So Steamboat, if you're watching this, any member of Steamboat family, Steamboat fans, get well, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but you brought up factions.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I want to talk about: factions. Nexus, the newest one.
Well,
let's go back. What the group that defined the word faction was? The Four Horsemen.
Four Horsemen.
Now, the Four Horsemen. So many incarnations of it. Some good,
some not so good,
some shitty.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk shitty,
Paul Roma.
Paul Roma. Okay. Now I guess consider ourselves historians, so to speak. Paul Roma.
Try to be, at least.
Try to be. Well, I'm more 80s historian, but I'm trying to get the 70s and back. But Paul Roma, you go back in the early WWE, he was part of Power and Glory with Hercules Hernandez. Remember that?
Paul Roma was basically, let me put this, but Paul Roma, if you watch the Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen DVD,
which we've been
Triple
watching
H even says, Paul Roma, you mean the jobber guy from...
Yeah. Jobber.
Enhancement talent. Basically, this is a guy who would go out and get beat up all the time.
Even when they
he never won a match.
He tried to put him with
in WWE.
They tried to put him with Paul Orndorff. That once in WCW, I think it was after the Horseman. He was still the Horseman. That didn't work. Pretty wonderful. Okay.
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, a true legend, one of the toughest men in wrestling.
Woof.
And
one of the few people that come out of football and make it in pro wrestling.
Yeah. And it's also a good, and as a side note, I know we're going to talk about factions, this is something that's really important. You have to be able to talk.
See, that's
and the Four Horsemen, every man could talk.
With exception.
You had, now my two favorite versions of the Horsemen.
Let's bring that up.
Are the original Four Horsemen, then with Ole, Arn, Rick,
and
Tully. And then the version that they had with Barry Windham once Ole Anderson left.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, you're probably wondering, why am I not saying anything about Benoit Malenko? Now, I did enjoy that, but there wasn't a weak link in those two versions.
No.
There wasn't a weak link. I love Benoit, always will.
Rest in peace.
Malenko, greatest technical wrestlers ever. Who got buried in WWE.
Oof.